Volatility is back and the markets were sure ugly on Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bubba's Daily Update. And wow, what a day. Wild price swings. Volatility is back. We had the NASDAQ got crushed on the opening, and all of a sudden, before you knew it, was flying to the moon. We had about a 100-point range in the NASDAQ today, which is an unbelievable range based on where we've been over the last, year or so. But the Dow got cracked down over 125, and of course the S&P, after rallying big and getting up about 10, 11 points, closed down on the day. Markets, this key reversal from Monday certainly looks like it could be a problem. And of course, what are we seeing here? We're seeing a market that's starting to get some, what we would call some price volatility. So the action has been hot and heavy and pretty much across the board. As we take a look at some of the other products that trade, the bonds pop pretty good and of course are nearing that 154 level, which would be an all-time high in the March bond contract. Again, not making a lot of sense because interest rates are going to rise, so bonds should be falling, but they're rising. Gold got clobbered once again, but did come off the key support of 1265. If 1265 breaks on a weekly basis, it could get really ugly for the yellow metal. Silver remains under pressure. Oil, pretty much a non-event, up and down all day. Very, very little to discuss there. Grains, weak wheat, strong soybeans, but gave up a little bit at the end. And corn pretty much unchanged. Cattle markets, for some reason about noon, feeders got clobbered and almost went down the limit to come off and close down about 220, but they did meet our 148 price objective, which is something that we're looking at. And of course, the fats were down and came back. They went down to about 118-ish, high 118s, and came back and closed in the 120 range. Hogs continue to be under a little bit of pressure, which makes a lot of sense. That's what we're expecting. But the picture is very murky right now. The ugliness of the market, this bubble, this tax plan, everything that we hear the pundits discuss about why it should be good. And again, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be good, and I do agree that the markets will go up over time. But we are in a very much of a bubble territory, and this tax plan is a joke. It is not worth the paper that it's printed on, especially now with the new changes. And of course, we've got our good old friend Nancy Pelosi calling it Armageddon. I mean, ridiculous. It is fascinating to watch these IMBs work. And of course, we've got the debt ceiling coming up on Friday, which God knows what they're going to do with this. But it is a disaster. But the overall markets continue to defy logic. And now I think we're finally seeing the potential of a break here. The one concern is, as always, is the seasonality of where we are. We typically rally this time of year. I don't think that the rally is over. I think there is one more spurt, at least to the upside, maybe even one more shot at new highs. Things don't look great, but again, we have to remember that this time of year we typically see some buying. I don't think any real selling will take place until first quarter of 2018. We're basically down to about the last 2 weeks of real trading for traders this year. So again, I wouldn't expect anything major, but the markets sure are looking ugly, and there are sure some issues to be worried about. It doesn't mean that you run out and sell everything. What it means is you need to start observing and watching some of the things you might be concerned about. Amazon has certainly taken a little bit of a beat down, and although higher today, but certainly not looking really good at the moment. And of course, if you compare the Amazon chart to the Bitcoin chart, they look the same. So I don't know what everybody's whining about Bitcoin for. Bitcoin continues to be, a wild animal. And of course, next week starts the new futures pit for the Bitcoin. Some are concerned that it won't really be representative. And of course, it has to be because it's going to be in line because of the arbitrageurs. But at the end of the day, we look pretty bad. And again, once again, we had the markets much higher and then they reversed. This is not a healthy sign. This could be creating some troubles down the road. So let's take a look at it. Let's watch. Remember, take a look at highschoolinvesting.com. I'm looking to get some help, from everybody. We have supported this for 6 years on my own, and now looking to get some donations. And you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And for those who do, get an autographed copy of my book, as well as a special webinar. And I may even open up access to that site so you can get some of the beginning options and trading strategies that we talk about. In the meantime, don't forget to listen to the Bubba Show every day, 2 to 3 Eastern, at libertytalk.fm. Tomorrow I'm having on Angie Setzer, the goddess of grains, for you involved in the space of agriculture. And in the meantime, this is Bubba's Daily Update. As always, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bubba's Daily Update. Goodbye, everybody.